While being busy seems to be very natural for most people in the modern world, for the elderly it can literally be a lifesaver. Although no amount of activity can stop the biological aging process, numerous studies have shown that when seniors take part in activities, there is a measurable increase in life expectancy and happiness. Seniors are especially susceptible to falling into a poor mental and emotional state when their body, mind, and spirit are not engaged. This is where you can make a difference. Activities provide residents with opportunities to continue interests they had at home, remain active and vital, feel a sense of purpose and accomplishment, as well as explore and learn new skills. In this video, you will learn 4 main steps for creating a meaningful activity program. Remember the acronym API. Assess. It's important to understand the residents' historical and current activity interests and their level of participation. Plan. You will learn how to plan a full activity calendar incorporating what you learned in the assessment stage. Implement. You will learn important techniques to ensure proper resident participation. You will also learn about the need for adaptations. Evaluate. It's important to evaluate the effectiveness of your program and make changes when needed. Let's take a closer look at Step 1, Assess. Talking with and gathering information about past life hobbies, leisure pursuits, spiritual involvement, and physical exercise routines will allow you to craft a program that is meaningful to your residents. When speaking to residents about their activity interests, consider exploring the following information with them. The importance of reading. Understanding what they like to read allows you the opportunity to provide materials they will enjoy. Music. Once you understand the kinds of music the resident likes, you can ensure they have the opportunity to continue enjoying that type of music in both group and individual experiences. Some people are very social and some are loners. It's important to understand their history and to understand the balance between encouraging participation and respecting an individual's social choice of not participating in every activity. Exploring the residents' past leisure activities such as puzzles, cards, and games will help determine programs needed for the activity calendar as well as materials for the residents' room. Historically, what physical exercise routines did they have, and what are they doing currently? Understand their level of involvement in spiritual activities. Connect with family members to learn more about the residents' interests, past and current. This information will allow you to create specific types of activities that will be meaningful and enjoyable to the residents. After we assess, then we plan a full activity calendar. The activity calendar should include different types of activities that can be expanded or decreased depending on resident interests. The types of activities should vary to provide increased interest and excitement in the daily activity schedule. Let's explore some different types of activities. Outdoor activities. Residents should be encouraged to go outside when weather allows on a daily basis. The opportunity to get sunlight and fresh air remains an important part of health and quality of life as we age. Outdoor activities may include taking a walk, gardening, enjoying tea, or just socializing. Outings. It is important for residents to continue to feel connected and involved in their communities. Outings to familiar places such as restaurants, shopping, cultural events, and movies will not only keep residents engaged in entertaining activities, but also help them maintain a connection with their community. Outings to new places will excite the residents and further cultivate learning and new interests. Spiritual activities. After gathering information about the significance of spiritual activities, consider adding these types of programs to the activity calendar. You may ask community members to come and perform spiritual studies based on residents' interest. Exercise. Daily physical activity is critical to maintaining a resident's highest level of independence and vitality. Consider varying the types of physical exercises. These may include walks outdoors, yoga, tai chi, dancing, strengthening, and active games. Arts and crafts. Arts and crafts provide a creative outlet for our residents, offering activities such as painting, sculpture, flower arranging, sewing, and other crafts which will allow the resident to be creative as well as promote feelings of accomplishment and pride in their finished work. Cognition. Continuing to challenge and stimulate thinking is critical to maintaining cognition. Cognitive exercises should occur daily and should be varied to promote learning new tasks. These activities may include trivia, word puzzles, riddles, Sudoku, etc. This is also an opportunity to offer classes that teach new skills such as cooking, gardening, foreign languages, and dance routines. Special events. Special events are an opportunity to offer a chance for celebration and socialization. Some examples may be celebrating birthdays, holidays, anniversaries, and even staff center accomplishments with the residents. Special groups. It is important to include activities that acknowledge special groups within your resident population. You may want to have activities only for men, such as a monthly men's club where male-specific activities and conversations occur. You may also want to include activities of specific interests, such as a gardening club, cooking club, or walking group. After you assess and plan, the next thing you will do is implement the program. Attendance, participation, and providing modifications when needed are the main components of this stage. Let's first talk about activity attendance. It's important to provide large print calendars for each resident's room. Providing a personal invitation in advance as well as moments before an activity starts is the most effective way to promote activity involvement. Written invitations in some cases may also be appropriate and effective. It's important that the care staff is aware of the day's calendar of activities. Consider providing the day's activity calendar at the nurse's station or break area so all staff can assist with attendance. Next, let's talk about participation. For some, a little encouragement may be all they need to get involved. Sit next to them and model involvement. That may give them the confidence to join the fun. Adaptation. Some residents may require an adaptation to enjoy activities. Physical adaptations. Physical limitations such as wheelchair use or limited range of motion may affect participation. You also may need to modify your exercise group, for example, by either changing the movement or provide a seated alternative. Other modifications may include extra large game pieces or modified brushes. Cognitive adaptations. Simpler versions of games and puzzles may be required. Confused residents may also have difficulty in following directions during activities. Remember to keep instructions short and repeat instructions throughout the activity as a reminder to those who may be forgetful. Sensory adaptations. Sensory deficits, such as vision, hearing, and communication loss, may require adaptations for activity participation. Using large print items is an example of a visual adaptation. Creating a well-lit environment is important for these residents. For those with hearing deficits, encourage the resident to sit as close to the leader of the activity as possible. This will allow the resident to hear instructions and participate more fully. Also remind leaders of activities to speak loudly and clearly without shouting so that they can be heard by those with hearing loss. Using a communication board for speech deficits or language barriers can be effective. Evaluate. After assessing, planning, and implementing, you must evaluate the success of your activity program and make changes where needed. The best way to evaluate your activity program is to observe, take notes, talk with your residents and families, and then make the appropriate changes. Observe the level of engagement in the group activity. Are residents awake and excited or sleepy and losing interest? Note the number of residents participating in the different activities. Talk with residents and families frequently about how they enjoyed the activities, which activities they enjoyed the most and least. Change. Use the responses to incorporate favorites into your activity calendar more frequently or eliminate the less popular activities. So let's review. Assess the residents' past and current interests. Plan a meaningful activity calendar. Implement the program by addressing attendance, participation, and providing modifications when needed. Evaluate your program and make necessary changes. Activities give our residents the opportunity to create new life experiences. Activity professionals are the heroes of senior care. What you do positively affects lives and ultimately affects the happiness of our residents. Enriching their lives is how you can make a difference.